Okay, on this computer. So good evening. This is Cristina, and I'm so glad to see all of you here. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you join me tonight for Cooking with Oils. Some of the concerns that people have about the oils are, well, I don't know about ingesting them, but don't worry. This class is going to give you the knowledge that you need to make an informed decision and the confidence to try new things. And I did want to tell you that all of these recipes that you're going to see tonight are in a PDF file on Diamond Miners. So if you go to File, the most recent, in fact, you should be able to see it right on the front page. The most recent PDF file is a great shopping list and the recipes. So it's really, really well done, and I'm very, very happy with it. I think you will be too. So don't forget to download that after the class if you see things that you really like. Okay, so the first thing, of course, we want to talk about is seed to seal, because not all essential oils are created equally. And when you shop with Young Living, you're going to get the quality product backed by the seed to seal guarantee that you're not going to find anywhere else. You can expect that Young Living will always provide you with only the best, because the plant material is grown on corporately owned farms that you can visit, by the way. And I don't know how many of you on this call tonight have signed up for convention, but you get to go to the Mona farm, and you get to walk through the lavender fields, and you get to walk through the clary sage, and you get to see the new visitor center and all the horses and all the animals. There's a pond where you can paddle boat. I did it when my grandkids were little. And it's just in those mountains in the back of this picture on the left, those are probably those mountains that overlook the farm. It's just incredible. You get on the farm, the distillery is on the farm. So you really, really, really want to sign up for convention this year. Live tickets are going really fast. If you want to show up in person, they are $250 for the 3-day convention. Rooms are like $99 a night if you get a room, I think, at the Sheraton. That's the only one I know off the top of my head, because I have people who have gotten rooms there already. If you can't make it for some reason to convention, then of course you want to get a virtual ticket, which is $50. So don't forget to look at your emails, get your tickets locked in, and go to convention this year. You will never, ever regret it. We use sustainable farming practices, and that's how we provide the purest oil. And great care is taken to preserve all the natural resources. At the bottom of this hill that you see on the left is a lake where we get all of our irrigation water. We hand weed our fields, and we use 0 pesticides, and our oils retain all of their natural constituents and therapeutic properties. So the use of food grade distillers are what you have, what we have on the farm. And we don't use any solvents or synthetics or chemicals. And then we do rigorous testing on all our oils on each batch. We do testing both in our internal labs, and we have third-party facilities. It makes it more viable. Oils that are carefully reviewed through every step of the production in order to meet or need or even exceed industry standards. We have always exceeded the industry standards beyond organic. The best part is, if the oils do not meet these high standards, they are rejected, and they will not be bottled.
The office is where they've been at.
Oh, I think I better.
She was up here when Abby
I'm
came.
hearing, okay, I'm going to mute everybody because somebody's talking. Okay, not that I don't appreciate your visiting, talking, but if you have something that you'd like to say, just unmute yourself. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about how if they don't meet the quality of Young Living standard, then they're rejected. And guess what? Other companies buy those rejected oils. So That just goes to show you that other companies will actually sell inferior oils. We are an amazing company. It is amazing that we have access to the best, and I'm so happy for that. When we talk about usage and safety, essential oils can be used in 3 main ways. It can be used aromatically. Just 1 minute. Hey, you're making an awful lot of racket here. They can be used aromatically. They can be used topically. They can be used, and they can be used internally. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And for the purpose of this class, we're going to focus specifically on internal usage. Remember that seed to seal. Remember the seed to seal stuff that we talked about earlier. That's how you can know that you're getting safe quality essential oils. And just remember, these oils are pure, they're unadulterated, and they're potent. And for this reason, it's recommended to start slow when you're ingesting. Read the labels, do your own research, and feel empowered to determine your comfort level with ingesting essential oils. Many of us take essential oils in capsules for our daily health. I have a friend who's from St. Louis. Marcia is probably, I don't know, close to 80, I guess. And she's just kind of a little health nut. She's such a cutie. And she just went to the doctor recently, and she's been taking a blend that I had recommended to her with heliochrysum for lowering her cholesterol. And she's been doing it every day, I think twice a day. And she uses so many drops of oil, and she has lowered her cholesterol to 129. I think she lowered it 16 points from, so her cholesterol was good anyway, but just taking oils internally, they can help so many things, so many things. So if we're cooking with them, we're getting that benefit. Feel empowered to determine your comfort level with ingesting essential oils. Young Living makes it super easy. And we have a whole line of essential oils that are been approved for ingestion. They're called the Vitality line. And these oils have also been non-GMO project verified. So cooking with oils is not complicated, but we've got a few tips for you. Store your oils in a cool, dry place. Oils often do well in the refrigerator, but you don't necessarily have to put them in there. Whoops. Yeah, and also putting your oils in a dedicated food grade dropper bottle makes measuring a little bit easier. There is a diffuser, it's called the Haven, and it comes with 2 beautiful dropper bottles, and it comes with 3 oils. It comes with lavender, lemon, and peace and calming, I believe. A 15 ml each of lavender and lemon, and then a 5 ml of peace and calming. But these 2 dropper bottles are gorgeous, and it's a really, really good value because you get the diffuser and the 3 oils and the 2 dropper bottles, I think, for $135. So it's a good price. Yeah, or you can just use regular dropper bottles, you know, if you want. It's just easier sometimes to drop them. I'm used to dropping them out of the orifice. It isn't a problem for me. Also use stainless steel or glass prep or mixing bowls. Oils and plastic have never mixed well, and they never will. Keep the bottles sealed tightly to preserve their quality. If you don't tighten the lid, you're going to lose precious oil, and you don't want to do that. You pay enough for them. It'll also preserve their shelf life, but don't tighten them so tight that you crack the lid either. Speaking from experience. So you can add oils to the dish at the end of the cooking process, and this will extend the life of your oils by requiring fewer drops to achieve the same desired flavor. But more importantly, it's going to preserve the integrity of the oil, and you're going to still have its goodness, because if it gets too hot, that oil will lose its therapeutic value. We distill at low pressure and low temperature, and that is to make sure that we don't fractionate the molecule. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about cost and convenience. A lot of people say that oils are expensive. Do you buy fresh or dried herbs and spices from the grocery store to cook with? And are they organic? And have you So somebody wants to see when I talk, I guess. Okay, so anyway, I was asking, do you buy fresh or dried herbs from the grocery store? And are they organic? And have you ever done a breakdown on how much that actually is costing you per dish? Probably not. One thing I hear so often is that oils are so expensive. Well, I think not. Let's do a little math. Since Amazon is pretty much a household name, I picked a product from there called Frontier Co-op Organic Rosemary Leaf, fancy grade. And I didn't know that there was even a fancy grade of rosemary, but let's go with that, all right? You can get a 0.85 ounce bottle for $4.69. And it contains approximately 7 tablespoons of organic dried rosemary leaves, which end up being about 67 cents per tablespoon. According to our conversion chart, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute, 4 drops of rosemary essential oils, our rosemary oil is equal to 1 tablespoon. An entire bottle of rosemary vitality, which is 90 to 100 drops, costs only $8, equaling just around 8 cents a drop, a total of about 32 cents for a tablespoon worth of rosemary. I'm no math whiz, but I think 32 cents is less than 67 cents. That's more than 50% savings, right? So maybe I am a math whiz after all. So let's say that you're making a dish and the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of rosemary. You could run to the store, or you could wait to have it delivered from Amazon, and you could pay for the dried stuff, or you could grab fresh rosemary, probably pay even more, only to use what you need and then end up throwing the rest of it away because it goes bad, right? Turns brown. The best and most affordable option, have a well-stocked oil cabinet, and you can grab rosemary vitality instead, spending only 32 cents, and give your dish a fresh, more robust flavor profile. And guess what? You can keep using the same bottle of oil for 24 more dishes and still get great flavor and great freshness every single time. This isn't what people think about. A win-win in my book. And let me show you this slide. So here's how they measure up. TS is a toothpick swirl. So what you do is you open your bottle and you stick a toothpick in the orifice through that little tiny hole, and then you swirl it in whatever you're making, whether it's salad dressing or spaghetti sauce or your chili or your homemade chicken noodle soup, whatever it is. A TS is just a toothpick swirl. So 1 drop of basil is equal to a half a teaspoon of basil, or 2 drops is 1 teaspoon, and 4 drops is 1 tablespoon. Basil. And then it has black pepper and cardamom. So this is a pretty neat conversion chart. You might want to take a picture of it. I don't think that this is included in your recipes, but it is a good reference. So if you want to take a picture of it, I'll leave it up here for another few seconds. And of course, you can always see this again on Cristina Campbell's YouTube channel. That's Cristina without an H. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right, so it's good until the last drop too. Another savvy way to cook with oils and get the best bang for your buck is to infuse. Like you can infuse all things like butter, salt, olive oil. You can infuse water, pretty much anything that your heart desires. So for flavored butter, you can add 1 drop of essential oil to 1 teaspoon of softened butter. Like if you want a lemon butter for your shrimp scampi, or you want a orange butter for your peanut butter toast or your honey toast. You can infuse honey too, which is a really neat thing to do. You can make flavored salt. You can grab your empty lemon, lime, or basil, rosemary, or thyme bottle oils, and then fill them with any good quality Himalayan or Celtic salt, sea salt, and let it set for about 24 hours. We're talking empty bottles of oil. So there's going to be still some residual, but very little. Now you have an oil-infused salt for any of your dishes. I think thyme and rosemary and basil and lime and lemon are all really, really great choices. You can make flavored sprays as well. Just take a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 10 drops of your desired essential oil, and filtered water in a 2-ounce food-safe glass spray bottle. Shake it well before you use it and spray on your food at the end of cooking. This is perfect for pasta, like a pesto pasta. You can just, that oil and any of the essential oils that you want to use. You can make flavored kitchen oils. You get to play around with this one. You can grab a 2-ounce food safe dropper bottle, preferably glass, of course, and then fill it with extra virgin olive oil, or grapeseed oil is one of my favorites. Any of your favorite kitchen oils. Leaving some room for a few drops of your desired essential oil. And then you can add more until you've reached the preferred level of flavor. And of course, flavored water, citrus essential oils are a great option. I love Citrus Fresh. I love Christmas Spirit. Those are my favorite. They're cold pressed from the rind, the citrus oils, so they aren't hard on your tooth enamel. Plus, they're filled with antioxidants. Start with 1 drop in a glass of water, and then you can work your way up. Of course, somebody like me who's been using oils for 22 years, I can put 4 or 5 drops of any kind of oil just about in my water and not have any problem with it. So try this delicious recipe for starters, and remember that you are the chef here, and whatever ingredients or oils your palate desires, let your imagination get you creative. This is a citrus vinaigrette, and it shouldn't have had a bullet point in front of the name of it. And it calls for a 1/2 cup of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 1 small shallot minced, 2 to 3 drops each of lemon and lime vitality, 3 to 4 drops of tangerine vitality, and 3 to 4 drops, 1 to 2 tablespoons of any sweetener. You can use honey or liquid stevia. I use stevia. I get it from Trader Joe's, and it comes in a liquid, and I love it. There's no aftertaste. And add salt and pepper to taste, and you have a citrus vinaigrette. And this is great on nice green, leafies. So also, let's talk about 4 seasons of flavor. So when would you use certain recipes? What seasons would you use more of one thing than the other? A couple of things that you can do with oils. Well, one of the best things about cooking with oils is that they never go out of season, actually. And you could be in the dead of winter like we are now and still whip up a dish that's tastes as fresh as spring. So just let me show you some ways to do this. You can add black pepper vitality to your scrambled eggs. You can add orange or thieves vitality to a melted chocolate and drizzle it over sliced fruit. You can add peppermint vitality to brownies or hot chocolate. You can add cinnamon bark or nutmeg vitality to pancake batter. Add oregano or basil vitality to any spaghetti sauce. Just make sure you don't put too much in. You know, that's where the TS, the toothpick swirl, is really great. But I've added, you know, a drop of basil. I love basil. I've always loved sweet basil. You can add lemon vitality to marinades for chicken and for fish. You can add dill vitality to your favorite potato salad. What did we add dill to the other day? You can add it to a sauce for salmon. Add cilantro vitality to your rice on Taco Tuesday. So those are some ideas, but let's look at seasons in particular. So let's look at a taste of spring. Spring isn't too far away. Robin Williams said it best when he said, spring is nature's way of saying, let's party. So what do you think of when you think of spring? My mind goes to sunshine and fresh air and starting to garden. My dahlias starting to bloom, new life, and lavender. So let's get the party started with some recipes that are perfect for celebrating spring. And I want to mention again that these recipes are posted in the Diamond Miners Facebook page. So, and if you need these posted anywhere else, just let me know, or if you need me to email them to you because you're not part of Diamond Miners, just let me know. And I would be glad to do that, or I can post them on the Royal Dream Team as well. So this is a sunrise nitro smoothie. And it's funny because we call our, like when all the family is together on the holidays or whenever they're here, every morning when I make a big breakfast, we make Ningxia sunrises, which is nothing more than Ningxia red, about 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia red, and then top it off with orange juice. Well, this sunrise nitro smoothie actually has a tube of the Ningxia Nitro and then 4 extra drops of orange or tangerine vitality because there is oil in the nitro. A half a cup of coconut water, a half a cup of strawberries, a half a cup of blueberries, 1 peeled navel orange, a half a teaspoon of chia seeds, and a half a cup of cubed ice. Combine all of the ingredients in a blender and blend until desired consistency. And then if you want, you can add additional coconut water if needed. Okay, another thing for spring is the lemon lavender vegan cheesecakes. And again, you can take pictures of these if you'd like, but this sounds really, really good. I've not made these yet, but they sound really good because I love cashews. I like nuts in general. And it just says grease a muffin tin with nonstick spray or coconut oil. And you can actually infuse that coconut oil, maybe with a little orange oil. That would be good. Or infuse it with lavender, and you're going to add to that lavender flavor. Place long strips of parchment paper in each muffin mold for easy removal. Blend dates and nuts. And you can see 1 cup of dates and 1 cup of mixed nuts. I use a mix of walnuts, almonds, and cashews. And the chia seeds, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Put it in a food processor until a rough, sticky texture is reached, and then transfer the mixture into a muffin pan by the spoonful. And what you're going to do is you're going to press and make it like a little cup, right? Make it like a little shell. So then you're going to set in the freezer, and then you're going to blend all the filling ingredients until smooth and creamy. And that is 2 cups of cashews. You can pre-soak them for 4 hours. Add a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil melted, and 4 to 6 drops of lavender vitality, and a 1/2 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you're going to whip all that together and remove the muffin pan from the freezer and add the filling to each crust, and then smoothing out to eliminate any air bubbles. You can decorate if desired. Use lavender before freezing and lemons after freezing. Freeze for at least 6 hours and gently pull each cake out using parchment paper. Enjoy when ready. Makes 12 little cakes. What a nice thing for an afternoon brunch. Well, lemon lavender vegan cheesecake. Okay, let's look at the next one. Seasonal wellness lavender lemonade. You're gonna add 1 1/4 cups of freshly squeezed lemon juice to a pitcher of water. Include the lemon pulp, and in a small saucepan, you're going to combine the honey, which is a 1/2 cup of local honey, and 1 drop. You're going to warm that up first over low heat. Stir in the honey with a little bit of water to create a syrup. And then after it's kind of syrupy, then add the lavender and the lemon. And then pour the syrup into the lemon juice. And then add the rest of the water, the 6 cups of water, and serve it over ice. So these are things for spring. What about savoring the summer? Charles Bowden said that summertime is always the best of what might be. Oh, the sweet summers. I miss the sunshine, the outdoors, the barbecues, the gardening until I'm exhausted. For me, summer means giving my oven a break. And it's firing up the grill, more cold salads, more frozen desserts, sitting around our fire. We have like a fire ring out here with the great grandkids, and we've made s'mores out there, and it's just fun. So these recipes are perfect for all your summer celebrations, or if you just want to bring some warmth to winter. This is a Mediterranean marinade using 3/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/2 cup of soy sauce, or I like Bragg's aminos, or we use coconut aminos here in the house as well. Coconut aminos are really very healthy. You can find them in a health food store. I think Kenneth gets them at Deerberg's. 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 clove of garlic minced, 1 drop of oregano oil, 2 drops of lemon vitality, and 1 drop of black pepper vitality. Combine all those ingredients in a small mixing bowl. Set your meat in a shallow glass bowl. I think Mediterranean lamb shoulders, like sliced lamb shoulder, about 1 inch would be wonderful. We love lamb in our house. You could use chicken or whatever. Pour the marinade over the meat, cover and refrigerate it for 1 to 4 hours before grilling, and then, of course, discard any unused marinade. But what a great marinade. Here's a spicy potato salad. And basically, you're just doing your potatoes and your olive oil. This is without mayonnaise. So if you want to change it up again, like your recipe, and then just add your oils, this would work too. We put shrimp and crab in our potato salad as well. So just adding these oils to it would make it that much better. And last but not least, for summer, here's a homemade blueberry lavender ice cream, where you just line a small casserole dish with parchment paper. We use parchment paper so much in this house. I've said a number of times, and so has Kenneth, Thank goodness for parchment paper. It makes cleanup so easy. But you're going to add frozen blueberries, coconut cream, 1 cup of full fat coconut cream. You can buy that in a can. The lavender vitality, 4 drops of that, and agave, 4 teaspoons of blue agave or any kind of agave. To add all that to a high power blender, food processor, and then pulse the ingredients together, adding coconut water 1 tablespoon at a time to help ingredients blend together smoothly. Be careful not to add too much liquid or ice cream will become too soft. Pour the blended ingredients into the prepared dish, cover and freeze for 4 hours, and then scoop into bowls. And you can garnish with your favorite toppings. Okay, what about autumn bliss? Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. What a beautiful saying. As much as I love summer, it gets too hot and I'm looking forward to the coolness of falls. And I hate the thought of winter fast approaching because there's so much to do outside and I can work so much easier outside when the weather starts to cool off. It is one of my favorite seasons. I think spring and autumn are my 2 favorite seasons. And when the air turns cooler, you start to break out the hoodies and you go on hay rides and you get by the cozy fire. You whip up all kinds of pumpkin and apple recipes that you can find. I have one recipe that I make with lemon oil. It's so you peel a pumpkin. I usually get a very small pumpkin. I peel it and seed it, and then I slice it into, look like cantaloupe slices. And then I saute a little garlic. I put those slices and I saute them in a little bit of olive oil, or I can use grapeseed oil. And once those are softened, I add some lemon vitality oil. And that lemon and garlic on those pumpkin slices, I love them. I can eat the whole pan myself. So some of these tasty recipes are going to fit right in with that fall. And you can use these in the winter too. So here's some cinnamon apple chips. You're going to get 3 apples and 1/4 cup of honey and 1 drop of cinnamon bark vitality. And all you have to do is preheat the oven to a low 225 degrees. And you can use the Thieves fruit and veggie spray to clean the fruit well. And with a mandolin or a knife, you can thinly slice the animals from top to bottom. You're going to get more consistency if you use a mandolin. In a small bowl, combine the honey and the cinnamon bark. Line 2 cookie sheets with parchment paper and place the apple slices on top and drizzle the honey mixture over the slices and bake for about 90 minutes. Remove from the oven and place these apple slices on a cooling rack. And within 24 hours, you can store them in an airtight container. Well, it says eat within 24 hours. So you can store them in an airtight container, but you have to eat them pretty soon. So this is a great snack that you could have out during the holidays too. If you know that people are just going to munch on them. I love apples and cinnamon. Here's another great recipe, pumpkin spice protein bars. And you're going to basically preheat the oven to 350, grease a 9x13 glass baking dish with nonstick spray or coconut oil. And then you're going to combine stevia powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons, and unsweetened applesauce, 4 ounces. And of course, I make my own applesauce here at this house. You're going to add the vitality essential oils of cinnamon bark, ginger, clove. And then you're going to add the baking powder, the baking soda, the salt, the vanilla extract, and the egg whites in a mixing bowl. And then you're going to mix that well. These sound really good, by the way. Add oat flour. Add 2 cups of oat flour and 2 scoops of pure protein complete, the vanilla spice protein powder. I like that just for a meal replacement as well, if I get too munchy. And then add chopped walnuts if you like, and then mix all this well. And then you're going to spread the batter into a baking dish and bake for about 30 minutes. And then you're going to allow it to cool before cutting into 30 equal squares. These are really going to be good. So pumpkin spice protein bars. And here's this pumpkin spice latte that I think I've posted in, months ago, but whisk all these ingredients together, 2 cups, half and half, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, 2/3 cup of pumpkin puree, 1 cup of heavy cream, and 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup, not that Aunt Jemima stuff, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, and 2 drops each of cinnamon bark, clove, and nutmeg. Oh my goodness, this would be so good. You're going to add the desired amount to regular black coffee and then stir. You can store this in the refrigerator. So this is going to be like your creamer, right? And you're going to just add it to that nice, strong black coffee. That'll get your day going, I'll tell you. And then here's a dark chocolate cinnamon mousse. And I have made mousse in the past with avocados, and I love it. You can't tell that there's even avocados in it. So you're going to place the peeled and pitted avocados in the food processor, and you're going to puree them until smooth. And then you're going to add 1.5 cups of raw unsweetened cocoa powder, 3/4 cup of maple syrup, 1/2 cup of raw agave syrup, the 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla powder. You could use the vanilla protein for that. 4 drops of cinnamon bark vitality or orange vitality and salt, and then mix it all up until it's smooth. And in a separate bowl, whip up the coconut cream. Coconut cream until fluffy. That's a 15-ounce can of coconut cream. It should be refrigerated overnight so it's nice and cold. You're going to gently fold in the chocolate mixture to the whipped cream until thoroughly combined and serve immediately or refrigerate until ready to serve. So this is a chocolate cinnamon mousse. Nice dessert for if you have somebody over, right? Homemade hot cocoa. You're going to get 4 cups of unsweetened almond milk or a substitute. You're going to heat that milk in a saucepan over a medium-high heat. And then you're going to add 8 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 4 teaspoons of honey, and whisk it until smooth. That way that coconut powder, or excuse me, that cocoa powder won't lump up. Whisk it with a fine whisk. And then when warm, remove it from heat and then add the 4 drops of lavender or peppermint or orange or cinnamon bark vitality. Serve it and enjoy. Okay, so, nobody wants to pay full price when you can get the same thing at discount. And Young Living has several options to get you started and to help you to snag the best deal possible. I will tell you what I do. I use S2S, which is subscribe to save, because it is the best value. First of all, if you do a $100 order, you're going to get free shipping, and you may get a bunch of free promo items for the month. We can go through those promo items for this month if you want to, but I know I've already received mine, and I got a little pack of oils. I don't know what I did with them. I think there were 3 different vitality oils that came in that pack. I don't know what I did with them. I set them somewhere. I haven't opened them yet. But then I got, rosemary and other oils. So you just get a good value. If there are so many money saving tips, because if you are on S2S, subscribe to save, then you're going to gain points every month that you can purchase other products. So when I realize, oh my gosh, I'm running out of toothpaste, I can go and shop and get my toothpaste for free. If you don't understand why S2S subscribe to save is the best deal, or you do not know how to set up a monthly order, just shoot me a message and we can set up a time and I can walk you through the options. Because really, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're not taking advantage of the best prices. the best prices. And you surely you wouldn't be wanting to pay retail. So make sure that you're getting 24% off by purchasing a one-time, once a year, $100 order and on S2S, and you will get that 24% discount. Okay, I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight on this Zoom call. I'm going to stop the recording and open it up for questions.